It's my great honor to introduce our first speaker, the leader with the vision behind this historic summit. Ladies and gentlemen, the permanent representative of Israel to the United Nations, His Excellency Ambassador Danon.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the General Assembly of the United Nations. My friends, look around you. This is a historical moment here in the United Nations. Never before have so many people from so many places gathered here in this chamber in the General Assembly to declare the unanimous support for the State of Israel. Never before have students, professionals, and pro-Israel activists come to the United Nations to fight against the global movement to demonize Israel and to speak with one solid voice in defense of the Jewish state. On behalf of the State of Israel, on behalf of the Israeli mission to the UN, thank you for coming from near and from far to be a part of history. Let me thank all those organizations who made this historic event possible. Today, we stand together. We stand united with one purpose and one goal: to defeat BDS. My friends, this is not the first time we have faced those who spread lies about the Jewish state. 40 years ago, in this very room, from where you are sitting, 72 countries, a majority of UN states, voted to declare that Zionism is racism. Ambassador Chaim Herzog stood at this very podium and declared that the resolution, this great lie, was based on hatred and falsehood, and he tore it to pieces. This was a low point in the history of the UN, but friends and supporters of Israel went on the offensive. It took too many years, but in 1991, 111 countries voted to revoke this heinous act, this outrageous lie. We won a great victory for the State of Israel. And my friends, we will do it again. We will fight BDS. We will fight BDS on campus. We will fight them in courts of law. We will fight them in the halls of the UN, and we will win. I see a lot of young people in the room, and I'm happy to see that. Let me say to all the young people here, our parents, our grandparents sacrificed so much. They dedicated their lives to build a home for the Jewish people. And because of what they did, the flag of the Jewish state, the Star of David, waves proudly in this room in the Parliament of Nations. But today, BDS represents a new threat to Israel and to the Jewish people. It's not like threats we are used to. We can't stop it with more weapons. In this battle against a global campaign of lies and distortions, our best ambassadors are sitting here. You are the Iron Dome of the State of Israel. It is up to us to fight back against the slander and the lies. It is up to us to stand up against boycotts and sanctions. It is up to us to stop this campaign of hate. Today, here, in this room, we are making our voices heard. Believe me, everyone will hear us, our friends, but also our enemies. I have a message for our enemies. I have a message for those who are calling to boycott Israel, those who want to see an end of the Jewish state. I have a message for all those who are standing right now outside the UN, holding banners and screaming hateful anti-Semitic slogans against Israel. You will never win. Our people has overcome every threat and every enemy. We stand strong, we stand together, and we will defeat you once and for all. BDS hides behind the mask of civil rights and peace activism, but there is nothing civil or peaceful about them. This is a movement that incites against the Jewish state, a movement whose leaders openly call for the elimination of Israel. BDS is not about helping the Palestinians or bringing peace. Their only goal is to bring an end to the Jewish state. This is a reality, and we won't be afraid to say it out loud, everywhere. BDS is a true face of modern anti-Semitism. BDS has already infected the UN. Yes, also the UN. Just recently, the UN Human Rights Council voted to blacklist anyone who does business in Judea and Samaria, in Jerusalem, and the Golan Heights. With this disgraceful resolution, the UN crossed a red line. Can you imagine that 70 years after the Holocaust, the UN is creating lists to encourage the boycott of Jewish companies? This is exactly the kind of hatred that the UN was founded to eradicate. When the UN is opening the door to BDS, we have to respond. When Jewish students are afraid to openly support Israel on a college campus, we have to take a stand. This is a battle we must fight. This is a battle we will win. Before I conclude, I want to ask you, please look around this room. Look at all the people who came to support Israel. Look at the person sitting right next to you. We are all here for the same reason. We are here to share ideas and learn from experts. We are here to stand together proudly, shoulder to shoulder, for the state of Israel. So when you are back to campus, even if you are by yourself, just remember this picture. Remember all the people here and the millions around the world. They are there with you. I know it's not easy. Many years ago, when I was your age, I promoted Israel activism on campus. I understood what it was to stand for Israel in a hostile environment. I know it's not easy to stand behind the table to protect the Israeli flag. But we have to stand up for what we believe in. We have to stand up against the lies. My friends, this is not just a one-time conference. From here, we continue to fight BDS. And now is the time to act. Now is the time to make a difference. Now is the time to stand up and declare that we will not allow BDS to demonize Israel. And one day, you will tell your children, I was there when we stopped BDS. I stood up when they tried to turn the world against the Jewish state. I was there for Israel. I was on the front lines, but I was not alone. In every generation, there were those who spread lies and incited violence against us. But we survived every threat. We defeated every enemy